Time for another Battle of Ohio. Cleveland Browns on Monday Night Football trying to slow down the Cincinnati Bengals and their high-flying passing attack.
Oh, he's got him wide open, and strolling in for the touchdown is Tyler Boyd.
Browns defense has a tall task this week. Find the formula that stops Joe Shiesty and his buds. Joe Burrow threw for 481 yards last week, 3 touchdowns, no INTs, a rating close to 140. He's posted a rating over 110 in 4 of his last 5 games, 12 touchdowns, just 1 INT in that span.
Tremendous placement on this ball from Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase.
Browns have to have 3 cornerbacks have good games. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd all came close to 100-yard games against Atlanta. What does Cleveland have to counter with? They've played the pass solidly overall, have held QBs to a completion rate in the low 60s, rating against 92.4. That's acceptable range.
And it is intercepted, picked off by Denzel Ward.
Denzel Ward missed last week. He's the top candidate to chase Chase if he's healthy. However, he has given up a few TDs, rating allowed over 100 on the year. If he's out, then maybe Greg Newsome slides over to Jamar. He's had a nice 2022, holding QBs to a sub-75 rating. Expect Myles Garrett to help up front. He added another sack to his 2022 total in Week 7, has a half dozen this season.
For Garrett, he's got him, and Tony goes!
Burrow, of course, is a grass expert, if you will. 3 more sacks taken in Week 7.
Burrow is sacked for the 3rd time today.
Most understand the deal on this front, though, unless the Browns get him for major yards or on an important 3rd down or cause a fumble, they're just another play to him. He sees it as taking a strikeout. An out's an out, so he gets up for another swing without much thought being put into it.
Burrow's hit on 12 straight passes, but here he's going down, courtesy of Lorenzo Carter.
Bengals run game. Joe Mixon is still trying to keep defenses honest. He scored last week.
Mixon gets another opportunity, stumbles, but enough momentum to fall forward and score the touchdown.
He's averaging just 3.4 a carry, though, so he's still along for the ride in most of their games. The Browns could allow him to move up front if they aren't careful. They have struggled against runners, giving up 4.7 a carry.
There he goes for 6!
Nick Chubb, on the other hand, not riding along in anyone's car or even sitting shotgun. He's the driver of the Browns bus. 91 yards last week, 5.7 a carry, touchdown, 8 TDs on the season, 5.9 a run on the season, over 100 yards per game on the season.
Breaking tackles and up the sideline. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Cleveland.
Here's a thought. Feed him more. Browns have 4 losses in a row. One common denominator, Chubb had fewer than 20 carries in all 4 of those losses. Cleveland's 2 wins, 20-plus carries. I know it's not that simple, but still, would be fun to see him with a 30-plus carry game sometime. Why not have it be against a team like the Bengals, who are giving up 4.6 a carry? Their DTs and linebackers are beat up some too, so they might be especially vulnerable to someone of Chubb's class. Plus, why play into the Bengals' defensive strength? They almost had a bye last week, only faced 13 pass attempts. Season work versus quarterbacks, though, mighty impressive. Rating allowed, mid-70s. Completion rate allowed, under 60. Yards per attempt allowed, low 6s.
Von Bell back at the safety position, gets that overthrow.
Cheeto Awuzie versus Amari Cooper. There's a nice one-on-one. Awuzie has been on the other team's WR1 all year, rating against 55.6. Of all players involved in at least 25 targets this season, that's 6th lowest. He's only allowed QBs to complete 40.4% of passes. Cooper, he got hit with a big offensive PI in Week 7. He still had 3 receptions on 4 targets, 74 yards. He's Jacoby Brissett's top target, averaging 60 reception yards per game.
Brissett's going to go deep downfield, wide open. Cooper.
And DPJ comes in off a productive outing. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 6 targets, 6 catches, 71 yards as well.
Oh, they get around Wills, but he's going deep, and he's got him! Peoples-Jones has got the ball!
So Brissett is equipped with some good pass catchers. He used them well in his last outing, close to 260 yards, over 9.5 yards per attempt. a rating over 105. He just hasn't played like that in most games. Low 60s completion rate, low 80s rating, under 7 yards per throw.
It's intercepted by Mills.
Brissett does face a better than average pass rush. Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard have helped the Bengals generate a 29.1 pressure rate. That's pretty good. Hendrickson with 3.5 bags on the season. He did leave last week with a stinger, so have to see how bad it was. Cleveland has been in every game they've played. Their record could easily be much better than it is. Bengals looking like they're hitting their groove. This has been a wacky year so far, though. Give us all your take on the game in the comments section. We have a take to end with in the form of picks.